Hey everybody, this is Rykard here again, and welcome to another Pokemon Movesets video. Today's video is going to be all about Alolan Sandslash, so let's get started by taking a look at this Pokemon's typing, abilities, and stats. So to start things off, Alolan Sandslash is a new Ice-Steel type Pokemon introduced into Generation 7 as an alternate form to Generation 1's Sandslash, and gives it a couple of interesting properties to it with this typing, namely a whole new set of moves and abilities for it to make use of. So for its abilities, the first one that it gets is known as Snow Cloak, which is an ability that increases your evasion under the effects of hail. And then the second ability, which is its hidden ability, is known as Slush Rush, which doubles your speed while under the effects of hail, which is actually a new ability introduced in Generation 7, and works very similarly to that of Swift Swim with Rain. Before its stats, Sandslash in the Alola form is still kind of a physically bulky physical attacker. So as you can see right here, it possessed defensively a base 75 HP stat, a base 120 defense stat, and a base 65 special defense stat, allowing it to really tank hits from the physical side pretty well. Additionally, offensively, this Pokemon has a base 100 physical attack stat, which is pretty great, a base 25 special attack stat, which is actually one of the lowest in the game, and also a base 65 speed stat, meaning that it's kind of an average speed. It's not terribly slow, but it's also not going to be crazy fast either. But all around, this Pokemon does just still retain its role as a powerful and defensive wall or tank, depending on how you want to use it, and also has the added benefit of being very useful under the effects of hail. So with that, let's take a look at the first moveset that I have for you in this video. So for this first moveset, we're going to begin by running Alolan Sandslash as a physical wall. So we're going to start this one off by giving it an Impish Nature to increase its physical defense but lower its special attack, and then going with the Slush Rush ability. As for the EVs, we're going to put 252 into its HP and to its defense to max out both of those stats to make you as physically tanky as possible, and then put the remainder 4 EVs into its speed stat just for 1 more point of speed to make you slightly faster. But for the item to also augment our defensive capabilities, we're going to be running Leftovers to allow this Pokemon to recover a little bit of HP at the end of every turn. But for the moves, the first one that we're going to be going with is going to be Stealth Rock, which is a move that this Pokemon now gets as a result of the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon move tutors, which is amazing for allowing a set like this to work because it gives it so much more utility. And then we're also going to be running an Ice-type move in the form of Icicle Spear or Icicle Crash. Icicle Spear having the potential to be the more powerful option, though a little bit random, and Icicle Crash being a little bit more consistent, a little less accurate, but also having a chance to flinch. So both of these options really work here as a potential for you to go for your Ice-type stab. As for your third move though, there's quite a few options that we can go with here. We can either go with a secondary stab option in the form of Iron Head to give us a powerful steel type move. We can also go with Super Fang as a way to allow this Pokemon to take away half of its opponent's current HP stat, which is very useful for a set like this considering the fact that we aren't really running any attack EVs. Or we could also go with Knockoff on the set to give this Pokemon the ability to remove its opponent's item and deal some pretty significant dark type damage in the process, which also works incredibly well when used in combination with the last move, which is Rapid Spin, which will allow this Pokemon to actually spin away hazards on your opponent's side of the field. And since the only Pokemon that can block Rapid Spin are Ghost types, running Knockoff can be a great option to go with in this slot because of the fact that you can hit those types super effectively. But all in all, this set in particular just has a lot of variety in terms of the moves that you can use, and possesses that great utility of being able to simultaneously set up hazards and also spin them away. Moving on to the next moveset, we're going to be running Sandslash a little bit more offensively as kind of an Ice-type tank that really takes advantage of its great move pool and ability to spin away hazards. So we're going to start this one off by giving it an Adamant Nature to increase its physical attack but lower its special attack, go with the Slush Rush ability again, and then run an EV spread of 252 HP, 252 attack, and 4 speed to max out your HP and your attack while also making you 1 point faster. And in the future, I could also see some argument being made for putting more speed EVs on this just to make it faster than a bunch of other things that it normally wouldn't outspeed without at least like 48 speed or something like that. But for the item on this set, we again can go with Leftovers to allow it to recover a little bit of HP at the end of every turn, but we can also run an Assault Vest on this set to actually augment this Pokemon's special defense quite a bit as well, since we're actually not running any non-attacking moves on this set. But for those moves, this time we're just going to strictly go with Icicle Crash to be our main Ice-type stab attack, and also go with Iron Head there to be your Steel-type stab as well, to just give you a nice, well-rounded, balanced stab move options, both of which having actually a chance to flinch, which is very cool. As for your third attack though, again, Knockoff is going to be presented there as an option to obviously get rid of opponent's items, as it is one of the best moves in the game, and also work in combination with Rapid Spin as your last attack to give you that ability to hit those ghost types super effectively. But also for some more type coverage, specifically against steel types, we can also run Earthquake on the set to allow Sandslash to have a powerful ground type move to hit those steel types super effectively. But all in all, this set has quite a bit more powerful than the previous one, and also a lot more bulk if you do want to use it with an Assault Vest, because it does allow this Pokemon to possibly tank a special hit that it normally wouldn't be able to, and possibly get that crucial Rapid Spin off, or the crucial damage that you needed on that special attacking Pokemon that you wouldn't have been able to get on the previous moveset. Moving on to the third moveset of this video, we're going to be running Alolan Sandslash as a choiced attacker. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Jolly Nature to increase its speed but lower its special attack, and go with the Slush Rush ability, and this time an EV spread of 252 attack, 4 special defense, and 252 speed EVs to give it its maximum physical attack and speed possible. And for the item, since this is a choice set, we're either going to be going with a choice band to increase the power of our physical attacks while locking us into a move, or a choice scarf to increase our speed while locking us into a move. And for those moves, again, Icicle Crash and Iron Head are pretty much going to be staples of any offensive sets with this Pokemon to give it some powerful stab options. And then we're also going to be running Earthquake, again, as a way to cover steel types that are going to be resisting your ice or steel type moves. Finally, for the last move slot on this video, again we can run Knockoff, which is a great option on any choiced set, because if you predict your opponent to really switch into something that'll be able to take one of your other attacks, Knockoff is a great option to select because it will remove their item, and that utility is very useful, even on a set where you're not really relying on the damage from Knockoff. But also, we could run Rapid Spin in this last move slot as well, even on a choice set, because the utility of being able to spin away hazards is absolutely amazing, and could be a potentially necessary part of your team building as a way to possibly prevent any of your other Pokemon on your team from taking a lot of damage when they switch into entry hazards. But all in all, this set can actually really shine in under the effects of Hail when used in combination with the Slush Rush ability, especially with a choice band, because you'll be gaining the added benefit of having that +2 speed under the effects of Hail and the increased power of a choice band. Finally, for the last moveset of this video, I'm going to be showing off what would be a great Hail sweeping set for this Pokemon to make use of. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Jolly Nature to increase its speed but lower its special attack, the ability Slush Rush to obviously make use of our doubled speed under the effects of Hail, and also the same EV spread as before to maximize our physical attack and our speed stat. But for the moves, the first one on the set really depends on whether you're not going to be using this Pokemon on a Hail team or just by itself. So if you're going to be using Alolan Sandslash by itself, Hail should definitely be the first move on the set to allow you to set up your own Hail, and also just make use of the Slush Rush ability on your own. But if you're going to be using this on a Hail team, Swords Dance is going to be the move of choice here as a way to boost your physical attack by 2 stages and make you considerably more powerful, and then abusing the Hail to be faster than pretty much everything on your opponent's team. But for those moves that we're going to be going with, Icicle Crash and Iron Head again as our main stab options, and then Earthquake as an option to again allow us to hit steel types super effectively that will be resisting our main stab moves. But for the item on the set, there's quite a bit of flexibility depending on how you want to actually use this Sandslash. But the most generic option would be to go with a Life Orb to allow this Pokemon to boost all of its attacks while losing 10% of its health every time it damages its opponent. We could also go with ICMZ on the set to give you a one-time use super powerful Icicle Crash if you would like to do that, or more specifically, possibly even going with Hail with ICMZ when using this Pokemon outside of a Hail team, because even with your Slush Rush ability and max speed, you actually still are outsped by pretty much anything with a base 104 speed stat holding a choice scarf. So that extra boost to your speed with ICMZ being used in combination with Hail can be essential for allowing you to pretty much then outspeed everything your opponent could possibly have. But the last option I would also recommend is going with Ground DMZ to be used in combination with Earthquake, just to give you a much more powerful ground type move to make use of to really break through those steel types that are going to be giving your stab attacks a problem. But in general, I just think it is really cool that we now have a Pokemon that's really a dedicated physical Hail sweeper after so many generations of Hail really being just used for blizzard spam and things like that. But anyways, everybody, that is it for this video. So thank you all for watching my showcase of movesets for Alolan Sandslash, and as always, take care, goodbye, and I will see you all next time.